What up? This is Rap Hits, and so Turk from the Hot Boys got kicked off of his tour.
I do have this email to read off saying that because Turk is a risk and because he and BG had exchanged words on the internet weeks ago, and if we go from the beginning of Turks and BG's exchange, this started about 1 or 2 years ago, or at least a year ago, last year. And mind you, since then, so many successful shows have played. Saying that because of that, we have to terminate his contract. I don't know who else has received this email. I don't know if it was just because of Turk or what. But we are here to inform you guys that this is a retaliatory act. Our attorneys are on board. Again, why would this come after? Mind you, we have weekly marketing meetings with dope shows with Andrew Ellington of Artist by Artist Agency. This was never a concern. Yesterday was the Nashville show, which was due to play. And the only reason why it did not play is because the promoter and the agent, Andrew Ellington, and the promoter, Mario Mitchell, did not have the funds to pay Turk. And from firsthand knowledge with other managers, nobody else was paid. Had they been paid, Turk would have performed on stage with the rest of the artists on the show. There would be no concern of a risk. This risk that Artist by Artist Agency, Andrew Ellington, is now stating that Dope Shows is so concerned about. Where is this risk? The show that is the day before. But after we reject the offer to accept only a portion of what's owed, now we get the termination notice.
I'm hearing from my sources it has something to do with, well, the public statement is it has something to do with money. So Turk is suing the tour. He's saying that he was wrongfully kicked off. They're saying there was a risk, a security risk with him being on tour. And from what I understand is he got upset because of what they're trying to pay him for the tour. He thinks he should be getting paid more, I guess. Or he might have been saying something like he thinks that they owe him more money. And I don't know if that was in his original contract or what, but it sounds like they're trying to short him on, some money for that tour. And he's saying like, okay, like pay me what you owe type of thing. And he refused to accept this low offer for what they were trying to give him. And, he's saying that they're trying to make him take less money than what he agreed to. If they're pulling some shady stuff like that, well, he gotta do what he gotta do, I guess. But I think that tour would have been beneficial for him anyways, because he was really needing to be on that tour, I would say, because his career. What time does he really have to be playing around with his career like that? But what I'm hearing from insiders though is that it's not just the money. I'm hearing that he actually is getting into it with BG, because when I'm seeing that they're saying there's a security risk with him on the tour, is that he probably lost his cool. I would bet he lost his cool on that tour. And for what I understand, he's getting into it with BG, from what it sounds like, because he is already being very disrespectful to BG before the tour. And I was surprised they even, were able to make the tour happen for the days that they did have the tour, because he was very disrespectful to BG. I guess they said, let's just go on with the tour. Let's, they got together. There was a few dates. They had all of them. You know what I'm saying? You had every single member. And Turk is like one of the least famous members in that crew as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you got BG, then you got Lil Wayne, Juvenile. I would say they're like, one of the top performers for that group. The best out of that group obviously is Lil Wayne. And then you got, to me, the next would be probably it's between BG or Juvie. I would say probably BG. And then third, I would say Juvie, and fourth, Turk. And Turk, I could see why if they try to pay him less than everybody else, I could see why. But they probably should, I guess, split it 4 ways evenly if they're a group, because when it comes down to it, everybody wants to see the whole group perform. You know, when it comes down to it, the fans want to see all of the members, no matter if he's the most famous or not. That's what I said. That's what I said about Bone Thugs. It's like, to me, Wish was the least, you know, famous of that group. But you still want to see Wish. You know, it's not like you want to go to a Bone Thugs show and not see Wish. You know, and Flesh, he's above. I think he's just a notch above Wish. And then you got Lazy. Lazy, actually, he's really probably one of the last members too. He's down there kind of with Wish to me. I think Flesh might be a little better than him. And then you got Crazy Bone, and then Busy Bone being the best member, I think most people would say. So yeah, but when it comes down to that, the whole thing with the group, you got to have all the members. If someone's going to a show, you want to see all the members. You know, like when Migos was around, you would want to see, if you're missing a group member, it's not the same. So I think that Cash Money is disappointing their fans by not getting along, but it's Turk. It sounds like it's Turk the one causing all the trouble. He's the one that thinks that, you know, if, like I said though, I think they probably should consider probably just paying them all equal, but how do you pay them equal when you got people like Lil Wayne in your group? Of course, Lil Wayne's gonna probably want a larger portion of the revenue, because Lil Wayne is gonna draw the most people to the show. And then, you know, you can't just shortchange him, because he has a status. You know, yesterday's price is not today's price, because Lil Wayne is a legendary artist. It's like, if you have Lil Wayne in the group, how are you gonna give Turk the same equal pay as Lil Wayne? And then BG, you know, BG's a very important member of the group. He got to get probably a cut that's maybe better than Turk. I understand where the disagreements are coming in, because Turk probably puts himself up there with them like, hey, you know, don't shortchange me. He's probably thinking. And then, like I said, if he's disrespectful to BG, he's going at BG again. You know, he's getting into it. I understand that, like, if that's what is really going on, if Turk is getting into it with BG, ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. So, if Turk is on tour, getting into it with BG, I can see why he got kicked off then. But Turk, you know what I'm saying, he should have just humbled himself and, you know, did his thing. He should have just humbled himself, kept it to himself. If he had any issues with BG, just, you know, you don't always gotta get along with everybody. If you're making money together on this level, you know, and you're this type of group that's seen as a legendary group, the fans want to see all of y'all. So when it comes down to it, the tour management people should have figured out a way to keep Turk happy, you know, and negotiate a deal that would be reasonable, and explain to him if he's getting paid less. Explain to him, you know, make sure you could explain properly why you're getting paid less. You have to, you know, break it down. I guess if he's at, and then he should not be getting too heated about it. It's supposed to be professional, to where you should be able to break that down. Like, okay, your value is you're not as valuable as Lil Wayne or BG, but you got to say it in a way where they don't feel offended, of course. So that's their fault. If they fumble the bag with Turk, I think they're pretty much ruining the tour at this point. Cause I saw a clip of a show from like last night or something, and it was BG, Birdman, and Juvie, and that's about it. I mean, they were missing Lil Wayne and Turk. You know, how you gonna have a show with just Birdman, Juvie, and BG? Birdman, Juvie, and BG, and maybe Manny Fresh. How you gonna have a show with just them? Like, the fans want to see the entire group. That's what they came out for. This is the Cash Money reunion tour, but it's also the Hot Boys reunion tour. So, it's the 30th anniversary for Cash Money, and they're celebrating by doing these shows. And now, I don't know, like, people that bought tickets, they're getting, a bad deal now. You would almost want a refund at that point, because if you're not going to have Turk out there, if you're not going to have the whole group out there, really, because you want to see all of the members. So, yeah, I understand the fans might get upset over this because they don't got time for all that. They paying their hard-earned money to see a Hot Boys reunion tour. They want to see all the members, including Lil Wayne. So, if they come out for the show and just see a few of the members missing, if they see some of the members missing, like Turk and Wayne missing, I don't know how many shows Wayne's missing, but I'm hearing Wayne isn't making all his appearances because he got too much going on, I guess. So, fans are probably pretty disappointed. I guess it's because some fans get to see all of them, and then other fans just get to see a few of them. It's like, okay, that's not fair, but hopefully they can work it out. It doesn't look like it because now Turk's suing them. So that's it, I guess. I guess they ruined the tour and the reunion before they even got an album. They didn't even get a new Hot Boys album, and I don't know. Maybe they'll try to figure out a way to figure it out to maybe get an album together. But at this point, they already wasted enough time with BG being locked up for 15 years or something. They don't really got time to be going through all this right now. They got to get it together, and figure it out. So yeah, this is why. This is what I've been hearing though, is that Turk is getting into it with BG, and he's getting disrespectful. That's what I've been hearing from my sources. So, but yeah. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section about all this Cash Money, saying drama and all that. So let me know in the comment section what you think about the reunion tour being broken apart like that, with Turk getting kicked off and all that. So yeah, this has been Rap Hits. Let me get 100 likes on this video. Make sure you subscribe and all that. Check out the description box and comment section for links. And yeah, follow me on social media and all that. I'm out.